before I went live sometime yesterday, all this information came in. This is all new information I had to read as the signs came in. So I'm gonna do a couple more. I'm not gonna do as many invites this time because they know I'm on air. Okay, so now we go through here and I go back to this other phone. Now the other phone got got some pictures in it I want to go over because I got to show y'all the signs I read. Now y'all seen y'all seen how I end up moving out of the ethers. I showed y'all that. I told y'all I was going to show y'all that yesterday. Now you understand why the ethers aren't visible as they were. Why you can't see the angelic beings in the end. We passed that. We on another level. Alright. So now I'm gonna flip my camera again. This came to me in my messenger yesterday. Young lady sent this to me. Now the symbolism for this, if you see those wings? That's telling me I have to tie the eagle in. Now, the RH negative on the onyx background is telling me APEP, RH negative, which is the serpent. Now I have to show what the serpent is, right? So now I have to show the connection between the serpent blood or the serpent strain, APEP, chaos. The chaos being ties me back to the Queen Mother in the 13th seat through the house of Hathor. Remember I showed y'all the gates. Through the house of Hathor, in the RH negative blood, this gives me access to the bikers. This gives me access to the biker gangs, what we call them Hell's Angels. All bikers, no matter what their club is, in the heavens are known as Hell's Angels. Do ride the iron horse. Now, if you look in Revelations, you'll see they ride. They say that it was like like iron horses was riding in the street. Those motorcycles. That's Hell's Angels we talking about. So the shield, right? The shield represents the royal families, the royal crest or the royal shield. And it also represents the warrior clan. Now, when we talk warrior clan, Red Lodge, we think Chief Malik. Chief Malik Angel Bey, who was in charge of the Mufti. He's the military guard. So now that's all this is telling me Red Lodge. The Red Lodge is telling me there's some unfinished business. The Blue Lodge is complete. Now I have to get her out of the Red Lodge. Well, I did that last night, but these just some loose ends I'm tying up to show y'all. Okay, now, before I go there, I want to go back. I want to go back to the part where nope, it's not here. Oh, I remember. Portia. So yesterday, as a matter of fact, Portia sent me 4 pictures. The first 2 was 2 downward triangles. They were incomplete. That's the descent of the woman. Now, she had to send me the ascent of the man, but she can't do it because I got to make a connection. Now, if I go to her messenger to show you what I'm talking about, matter of fact, I should have let her send. But she sent, so I had to have a conversation with her because she got to give me 3 knocks. She got to give me 3 knocks to allow me through the gate of Hathor. And now, how did I know it was her? Go back to her post. Go back to Portia's post. And matter of fact, Portia, can you tag that post where you posted those pictures of the cows in your yard while I was on the phone with you?
So keep it 1,000.
That'll help a lot. That'll just make stuff a lot faster. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna show y'all. This is how you follow your signs, and it's like this is Hansel and Gretel following the breadcrumbs. That's all this is. Hansel and Gretel following the breadcrumbs in order to find our way back home. right? Now, we had a lot of people doing a lot of work. And sometimes, you know, you don't always see it for what it is. So, I can't miss nothing. I can't miss nothing. I'm not allowed to miss nothing. All right, so here as I go down, she sent me. Now watch this, y'all. I'm going to flip the camera so y'all can see. Jay-Z. What do this tell me? Now you see that 7 on Jay-Z's shirt? What do this say? Expect heavy information on this ritual that went down. You'll find the breakdown this weekend on YouTube channel. That's whoever posted this said that. I didn't say that. Ani Asaru said that. Now look at here. This is Kaepernick, Colin Kaepernick. Now I had to look his name up. His last name is an acronym. I'm not going to get into that right now because I don't have the information accessible fast enough to make this video flow. But then she sent me this symbol. Now you see the downward pyramid. Now we are approaching the gate of Hathor. But she got to send me at least one more downward pyramid. And watch this. Okay, now I'm telling her she got some more work to do. Watch this. I told her, go over yesterday. And this is what she responded. Now remember, and a blue star and a red star, 2 becomes 1 in sacred union of heaven and earth. What mystics terms calling down heaven or calling heaven and earth, if you grasp that concept, as above, so below. Now, watch. The fire and the water, the earth and the air. Where's the 5th element? Remember the key in the chest. Love. Remember the movie 5th Element. Ether is materialized akasha, subtle body vibrating at a different rate. Akasha is pure manifestation power as seen, which can only be actualized by harmonious male-female synthesis in 3D reality. Now, this is what she sent back that I had put in a comment on one of her posts, but it didn't have nothing to do. Initially, I didn't think it had anything to do with anything, but then I went back and I reread it. So this is telling me the 2 becomes 1. Now she's sending me the downward triangles as we go down, and then I showed her that, and we kept going. Go do your homework. I have one more photo to locate. Now we going. What? No, wait. Okay, so now this is what told me that she had to give me the 3 knots. When this came in, behind that. Now, later on, in the course of her, I needed the right side up here triangles. And in this picture, look, right side up triangle. But I still need one more to match the other downward triangle. Because remember, we had to have 4 of them. Watch. You see it? Now, while she was doing this on a conscious level, she has no freaking clue what she's doing. This same picture right here, I sent to her a while ago. The difference was the 2 hands that now holds this triangle was palms open over the face. These eyes were in the palm. So now this is showing me the progress of the man. Whatever I did made her have to uncover her eyes. Now go back to the scales of justice for the United States judicial system, and she have the scales. The lady justice was blindfolded. Now remember, she had to take her hands from her eyes, but her eyes are not on her face; they're over her shoulders. That's the dark mother watching over the daughter as she proceeds to us sin. Right? Now you remember the apple. Now that's Snow White. Bit the apple. Remember Eve, the forbidden fruit? The forbidden fruit was connecting the love and the intellect, the heart and the mind. That's the real forbidden fruit, because that's the key to eternal life, right? Now, then, coming to find out, here's the knot. This is the knot that ties her into her father being a traveling man, right? She's a former biker. So she got to tie me back into the biker through the Masonic Lodge, which was her father, right? So this is the house of Hathor. This is the final gate. This is the final gate. Look at her. You see her? You see, this is the Kali form right here. This Kali. When she get to go to work, now look who she with. She with the lioness. She's with the lion. Remember, she had to take the sword to cut off the leg, right? Then the imposter who had severed her head. Now she had to reveal the imposter. That means she had to take his head. But it required the wisdom. See the serpent? It required the wisdom. I'm reading this shit for y'all right here. Now, look. An open hand. It's a right hand. This is a 5-pointed star. Islam more. Remember, Islam more. Okay, now watch this. Here, she holds the cup. Lest my cup overflow. Right? This is another weapon of war in her left hand. Then she have the open hand outstretched. That's acceptance. Come on this way. This is through the gate. Now look what happened. Kali turned into a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-pointed star. Why? Because the 8 represents the woman. The 8 represents the woman, but not just the regular. That's the young maiden or the princess about to be the queen. When you see Kali standing in front of it, this is her transitional form. This is her, what they call resurrection form. In symbolism. In symbolism. Right? So now, let's go back. We got some more going back to do, so. All these different signs had to be met in order to read everything exactly for what it was. So then what's next? What's next? Alright, now, I got to tie all this shit together. That's what's next. What did I miss so far that they think I overlooked, that I didn't make a solid connection on? During my barrister discourse, in reviewing the R. Kelly case, and those who was trumping up the charges against R. Kelly, I had to find out if they was making it up or if it was true. And if they was making it up, what course of action? No, the physical is not more powerful than the spiritual. I could not believe this stuff is crazy. But anyway, so how do I analyze the R. Kelly case, the Bill Cosby case, and how do I tie in to what looked far-fetched as in RICO, right? Now, in the R. Kelly case, they said that R. Kelly's camp was transporting minors across state lines for illicit sexual purpose, and nobody understands how RICO Act applies to that. The RICO Act applies to that through the Dr. Malachi Z. York case. It's the exact same thing. They saying that Dr. Malachi Z. York was transporting minors across the state line for sexual purposes, but here's the kicker. That's not what he in there for. He in there for racketeering and corrupt organizations. The corrupt organization was supposed to be the sex trafficking ring, right? It was all false. It's a mirror. It's the mirror to show me how to analyze R. Kelly. Now, what about Bill Cosby? Bill Cosby is fabricated. Bill Cosby case is predicated upon false witnesses. The girls are reading from a script. When you go back to the documentary and watch the panel, there's key things that every one of them will say that's exactly the same word for word. Impossible. No two people on earth go through the same experience on their own that's not together and will repeat the same story word for word. Bill Cosby's hoax is revealed. R. Kelly's hoax is revealed. The RICO Act applies the same way it applied to Malachi. So if you want to know how the RICO Act applied to those people fabricating that case. They were the ones trying to feed the babies to R. Kelly and trying to force them little kids up on him. And he tried to run from it to the point where he shut down. He stopped performing, stopped producing music and everything to try to avoid the trap that was being laid for him. So the people that was actually doing the transporting of the minors to try to get at his money are the actual guilty parties. And the RICO Act is predicated upon the corruption in the corporation, the organization they created to entrap R. Kelly. What do I mean by that? When a group of people come together to the detriment of an individual, that's called conspiracy, and it's 5 elements. A corrupt organization is an organization that operates from an illegal standpoint. So RICO, racketeering, is the running of a corrupt organization. Racketeering and corrupt organization is when the corruption in the organization is exposed. The racketeering is revealed, as in the case of R. Kelly with the sex case. When the racketeering is revealed, at that point, everybody involved that can be charged with a conspiracy can lose all personal assets under RICO. RICO can be implemented as civil or as criminal. But the barristers don't understand how I came to the conclusion that R. Kelly's case can be retaliated with using RICO. The RICO Act, the conspiracy, and the perjury, and fabricating of evidence, and coercion of witnesses. All of those things come together to perform a corrupt organization. The ringleader is the one who organized this shit to bring R. Kelly down, right? So if they organized it to bring R. Kelly down, how do we show that they did it? It's in the evidence is there. All of the evidence is visible. Ain't none of it a secret. None of this stuff been secret from us. But what they do is they'll print a story and leave it to your imagination to run wild instead of tell you the truth. They'll only tell you enough to make your imagination run wild. Bill Cosby was in a fight for NBC for many years. It's verifiable information. Anybody with 2 drops of common sense can look it up. In the fight for NBC, right, he lost his son. He was accused of fathering some crazy little girl outside of his marriage, and he gave her a whole bunch of money to get the fuck out of his life. All kind of stuff was launched against Bill Cosby in the business arena that you don't know about to stop him from owning NBC. They never want us, rightful heirs to the throne, to inherit any positions of power in media, politics, military, science, technology, any other great fields of the world that covers all 10 areas of people activity. Dr. Neely Fuller gave us 9. I add health to make it 10 because health needs its own category. Health is the string by which the other 9 areas of people activity is hinged. What are they? Economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. All 9 areas must be controlled. Who's controlling them and how? Go to the protocols of the wise man of Zion. That's your mirror. Everything Neely Fuller tell you is a thing that white supremacy's ideology must control. The military position of white supremacy had to control all 9 areas of people activity, right? They are told them how to control them in the protocols. So that's your mirror, right? Those are your adversaries. So now, from there, we go to, now we got Suge Knight. Okay, now we got R. Kelly, right? We got R. Kelly, we got Bill Cosby, and we got Malachi York being shown how the fabrication is being played out in real time. Now, Suge Knight. Now remember, I went to the Bears yesterday, and there's a Bible verse that you have to be aware of if you want to know what Suge Knight got to do with this. So I'm gonna go to the little iconography. I love saying that word, iconography. And I'm going to show you the verse in the imagery that goes with it. Right? Now this is kind of cool. Alright, now let me flip my camera so y'all can see it. Here, now notice 2 Kings 2. That's 22. Kings. That's 2 master kings I gotta identify is what that's telling me. And the 5 is coming through the 5-point star, right? Meaning coming through the mother line, and it gotta be interpreted by the father line. The 6 is a man. The 5 is the woman. The 6-point star, the 5-point star. Now who in the hell is these 2 kings? Let's see. Then he went up from there to Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, young lads came out from the city and mocked him and said, "Go up, you bald head. Go up, you bald head." Now they said that twice. So that means there's 2 bald head people here. Now remember, we in the Red Lodge. We messing around at Death Row Records now. The Death Row Records. When he looked behind him and saw them, he cursed them in the name of the Lord. He cursed them in the name of the Lord. And then 2 female bears came out of the woods and tore up 42 lads of their number. Very sweet story. Now, I had to find through the matriarchal line who these 2 kings was. My clue was the bear. My clue was the bear. Now remember I told y'all that she got 2 bears to represent her clan. This is the 5. So the 2 bears that she got was the cubs. So the mirror effect say these 2 bears are adults. So that's why I say go up, you bald head, twice. It's 2 bald heads. It's 2 bald head bloods we talking about here. One brought in the other, meaning Suge brought in Pac. But Pac was already blessed through the Panthers, through the Lion Clan, through Bast, right? Black Panther the movie. Go back and look at it. Now watch this. Pac had a song called, the song was called Never Had a Friend Like Me. Never Had a Friend Like Me. This popped up while I was doing my research. Now it sent me to Proverbs 17:17. But did it really send me to Proverbs? What is a proverb? A proverb is a wise riddle. Now look, 1-7 and 1-7. You got the 2 1s, that's my mama, and the 2 7s, that's me. Got the 2 1 now, but now watch what they happen to them when you add them, because you see the colon in the middle. That's the break. So now, what was my mother's line, the mother line, the Red Lodge, and what was the father line, the perfected man, the Blue Lodge. When you add these 2 numbers, you got 88. That's called the Queen's seat. 80 is the Queen's chair. 88 is the seated Queen. So in order to seat the Queen, friends, a friend loves at all times. They are there to help when trouble comes. So now you look at all this red shit. It's telling me I'm in the Red Lodge. Now here we have 4 crosses. 4 crosses. Each cross is the center of the zodiac. Each cross is the center of the zodiac. But you see your Trinity here. That means that the God man has no cross. That means that he's above the zodiacs. Now, that means these 2 masters work together. How do I know this? You see these 2 crosses, 2 zodiacs. Each it said that the bear, let me go back for a second. Right here, count the number. It said the female bear came out of the woods. Rodney mean woods, y'all. The female bear came from Rodney and tore up 42 lads of their number. 42 is 4 12s. That's 4 years. That's 4 years. That's 4 years. Now watch where the 4 years come in at. It's 2 years for me and it's 2 years for her. We both got to ascend. That's 2 years apiece because it's split. They're split. The 2 years is split between the 2. How do I know this? It say right here, 42 lads. Then it say, go up, you bald head. That's one bald head. Go up, you bald head. That's two. So that's telling me that there's two people here that's being discussed with these bears. And the bears, even here, tie back to the red lodge. Now look, Care Bears is the woman. Now watch here, next one. Now, you see the two bears eating they eating babies. Who does that? Kronos. Kronos eat the babies. Kronos is a male, right? But look at the Care Bears. The mother protects the babies. Kronos eat the babies. That's telling me, Kronos eat the babies is telling me that there's something to do with time, which takes me to the two people waiting the 2 years each, right? It's the two people waiting the 2 years each. Now let's go back. Go back to, okay, now here, each one of those crosses is representing a year, right? Each one of those crosses represent a year. That's 12 months, 24. 12 months, 24. You add them together, you got 48 months. I'm showing you how I read the sign. I can't get no more concise than this. This is a physics problem. This is quantum physics. But I'm making it plain enough for a baby to understand it. All right, now, from there, let me see if I can find my vesicle, my two triangles. Oh, I showed you the triangles that I was sent. All right, now that that's cleared up, I have to go and I have to identify the symbol of the Diamondback, because we already identified the RH negative tells me that I got to identify a reptile, right? The RH negative on the shield told me I had to identify a reptile. So here's what I did. I'm going to look this up right quick. Don't tread. Image. Now, I'm looking this up in real time, and as I look it up, I'm going to let y'all see it. Here. See that? Don't tread on me. It didn't want to load for a minute there. Let's see if it'll load. I want y'all to see the symbol because the snake and the diamond has to tie me into the militia. Look, Diamondback, rattlesnake. I told y'all the Southwest was the home range of the Diamondback rattlesnake. Now, watch this. Watch this. Jet leaf. Jet is a plane. Li is Lee. That tied me back to Asia. That's the Lee line. My father's middle name is Lee, but it's spelled different. And fee is a price. Who paid the price? 3 times 5 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. So this is the price that the man had to pay. As you go down and say a U.S. veteran, you see the veteran? So that ties me into the veteran struggle, my Wounded Warrior Project. Owned Biz. Now that's Biz Markie. This is Biz Markie. So this is telling me hip-hop is involved. Right? Now, message and rattlesnake design. That's two things. That's a message. What's the message? Don't tread on me. Diamondback. Mouth is open. The snake is poised to strike. Rattle. Don't tread on me. Flags. I mean, it's a warning. They flagging the embroidered deco. What's deco? Deco